You know, with breaking into film and television, which was again really quite another accident, and also I have the same passion and love for that as I do my other work. And so what I've learned about doing film and TV is that you may put more work into it in the beginning, and as you're planning in the pre-production phase. It's a lot of work, but you create something that is just not a one night only kind of thing. So you film it and you document it, and millions and millions of people get to benefit, and forever. It has no shelf life. So it's so exciting to me to have tapped into that medium. I am thrilled about it because I do feel like now my work lives. I feel like I'm documenting history, our LGBT history, and my first film was very much about that. And actually, the 4 documentaries I made are all about that. And even though they're all about comedy, because it's so important to laugh, and but they all, you know, really capture a moment in time in our history that I'm proud and I'm just proud that I did that, and I'm grateful that I get to keep doing it now. I do a lot of work for Logo, and I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for that network and for Here TV and anybody who profiles our gay lifestyle. I really love the shift in the media. Yes, my very first film is Laughing Matters, and I made that movie because I was very excited when Ellen came out. That was huge, and her coming out episode was the greatest night of TV ever, still to date. And she came out, and then Rosie came out, fabulous. And you know, there is something to be said about being closeted and coming out later after America Falls in Love with You, because that calls a lot of attention, like, well, you loved me before, do you still love me now? And people have to look at that, well, that's still the same person. And so, very exciting, and I'm thrilled about Ellen's success and her comeback, and all so well deserved. But when they first came out, all the accolades, all the kudos, and all the celebration in our community was about these 2 iconic comedians, actresses that came out. And I thought that was great, but I felt it was really important. I know of comics that have been out for 20, 25 years. And there's something extremely commendable about that as well. And I didn't want that to be unnoticed. So my first movie was about paying tribute to who I considered the icons of lesbian comedy, who'd been performing as out comics from day one, walking on stage. And at the time I made the movie in 2002, it was 20 years. Now, you know, Kate's been doing it for 27 years. Huge. Kate Clinton has been doing it for 27 years. And the others are right behind him. Karen Williams is celebrating her 25th anniversary tour, and Margaret Gomez is well right around there, and Suzanne Westenhofer. Those are the 4 I feature in the movie. And I thought, I don't want to ignore the fact that they were brave enough 25 years ago, really, like, to get out on stage and say you're a lesbian and make a living around that. And the way they honored who they were, being so true to themselves and to us as a community and to the world, was huge to me. It was no small undertaking. I wanted to pay tribute to them. I wanted to celebrate their lives and their life's work, and their honesty and integrity about it. So that's why I made Laughing Matters. And it was a, you know, I knew nothing about making movies, and nothing. Don't ever let people tell you can't do something just because you don't know how. So I knew nothing about making movies. I just knew, it sounds kind of corny, but I literally visualized this movie being done. And I remember I'm quite involved with Outfest, the LA Gay and Lesbian Film Festival. I've done, that's another organization I've done a lot of fundraising for and outreach for them. And I got so involved with Outfest, and I would get to meet all the filmmakers, and I always was a community collaborator for them, and then I produced their women's events. And I remember after 1 year, one particular year in 2001, Outfest was all over. I went to closing night with one of my gay boyfriends. We had a great night out, and then we went and had something to drink. And I said, I'm going to have a movie in Outfest next year. And he goes, oh, yeah, right, that's cute, Andrea. You know, it's like he just, and he's in TV, so he knows what it takes. But, and I said, and sure enough, I did. And he was like, so, I had the movie got accepted, and we premiered it at Frameline in San Francisco, sold out the Castro Theater, amazing night, and it played here, and we actually won Best Documentary. So he still talks about that. He's still, now we're working on a project together, but you know, so I think my first movie, production quality, there are things that aren't perfect about that movie. Now I know. I've learned a few things. But, you know, the content was so strong, and the story I wanted to tell got told. And people heard it, and they're still hearing it, and they're still watching it, and I get emails all the time. And, you know, it's an amazing thing. It's amazing. So I had to keep doing, I had to keep telling those stories. I guess the message here, in a long about ways, by following that passion and really wanting to live out that dream and make this movie and profile and pay tribute to these women, it has changed my life. All of the work I do has changed my life. But that is amazing because I didn't go to film school. I'm self-taught. I did not go to, I tried to take a class when I was making my first movie, and I was really bored, so I didn't finish it. But you know, I learned. I hire a really smart crew, and I'm a sponge, you know. So I don't know. I always encourage people to live out their dream and to follow their heart.